Who are the right people for the jobs you are terrible at? Who are the right people? A few years ago, my wife and I planned a trip to New Orleans. And wouldn't you know it, a few days earlier, I was driving on 288 and somebody in front of me kicks a rock right into my headlamp. Cracked it, it's terrible. I ordered the replacement part and I shopped around to different places and I was like, I don't want to pay that. I bet I could do this. So for some reason, the morning of our trip, I decide I'm gonna just pop this thing out, pop the new one in, I'll be fine. I got on YouTube, found a video. The guy did it in like 10 minutes. I was like, I can do this. All it required was me removing my entire front bumper, removing the light fixture, popping in the new one, and then reattaching the front bumper. How hard could that be? It took me 5 hours, and we almost had to cancel our trip because I didn't have a bumper for 4.5 hours. And so at the end, my wife asks me, so tell me, how long did it take you? Oh, 5 hours. And how much do you bill per hour for your work? I said, couldn't you have done 5 hours worth of client work and made 3 times what it would have cost you to have somebody else do it? I said, yeah, could have done that. And then what do you have in your hand? The parts I didn't know where they went. Don't ever do that again. And I learned a valuable lesson. I had a great time in New Orleans, by the way, and the bumper stayed on. But I threw away parts. I didn't know where they went. I looked. I thought I put everything back, but I didn't because I didn't know what I was doing and I was terrible at it, right? And so what it taught me was there are things I'm really good at. Focus on those things, Ernie, because the things you're terrible at are actually going to cost you more money in the long run. When I did the math, I felt foolish because I could have done better work in less time that I was better at and felt good about. Instead, I felt satisfied that I had this bumper, but I didn't feel confident that I had done a great job. In fact, I knew I had done subpar, right? So figure out what you're good at, figure out what you're not good at, and then find people who are good at it. How many of you have a go-to handyman or woman? Yes, good. Share that person with other landlords because there are landlords who don't have a go-to person. Who do you know who's good? Who do you know, right? Because once we know that relieves a lot of our stress, it saves us a lot of money, and it prevents us from going and taking a chance on somebody we don't know. So develop trust among each other. Again, join a group, ask questions there, find somebody who can do the things excellently that you will do terribly. Build a good guys list. Once you know you've got, this is the guy who works on my roof, this is a guy who does drywall, this guy does floors, build that list, and again, share it with people like the ones in this room so they can use them as resources as well. If you've used somebody for 15 years, they won't mind if you spread the word and share what they do with others. Landlords, as always, we welcome you to follow us on our Instagram page. If you're not a member yet, join us on Facebook. And if you enjoy what you see here, give us a thumbs up. Click that like button. We enjoy that very much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing.